This is called Elegy with a Blue Wing. When the time arrived for revolution, our hands bloomed white with carnations. The man with the steel and the man with the machete stripped sugar cane from stalks and sat like children to gnaw the fiber. The sun gave up the earth, and the world as we knew it ended not in fire, but in the midnight darkness of a winter road. We accepted this. A land without light excited us. We used our tongues to taste the embered air and our shoulders with no armor to know the wind's direction. Now we walk the length of the forest without you, though some nights you're beside us, and again we're showering in summer light, and again we're lying our bodies across a field of dead leaves in autumn. I wish I could show you how good I've become, at counting to 10, and tapping my fingers against hip bones when rain pounds the wicker dark. I know how to breathe underwater now. I know what's beyond the wish we had for a changed world. In my solitude, I'm free to remember you. And some days the memory aches like spice on the heartstring, and some days it's a blue wing lifting. This is this couple. I guess these are new pieces that are going to be in the second book, which comes out in March. And so a lot of the second book sort of tries to tell some of the stories from the Japanese-American internments. My grandparents were interned in the camps in Arizona during the war, and they met actually in the camps, which is so strange to think about. Like, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that, like, awful history. So I visited some of the camps recently and started writing poems from different elements there, like the wind and the stones. And this is stone chorus, I think, Manzanar stone chorus. What do you know about the broken cello burning in the field with the china and the best linens? Why have you come here with your brute singing and your pages with nothing, not even lines for a steady imagining? In the desert between the mountains, the winds were luxuriant. They were also blue and carried rumors and little yellow flowers from barrack to barrack and disease. We were surrounded, I tell you. We were surrounded, I tell you. Power made us swoon. The crowds of eyes never tricked us into false beliefs. We had no beliefs, we lived. Sometimes we dipped our fingers into coal and dragged them across the night canvas, but rare were such moments of reflection. We ate the hours. The hours ate us. We forgot to transcend to the holy. It's called Present in All Things. I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but maybe you can tell me after they're reading something. In New York, summer sank into us like a hot tire, and winters cut deep, so we'd walk arm in arm for a cup of warmth, our faces wrapped in snow. Now I live in a seasonless city, and I don't know where I am, or how, or what month. My grandmother who's dead is telling me stories, and my sister's saying I'm going to die young. And last night I yelled at a cop in West Oakland while his partner looked on, my tremulous rage spiking the air around us with burnt cinnamon. What I mean to say is, I'm living. What I mean to say is, sometimes I can taste my own madness, but I don't mind it, and I miss you, and I'm alive. When explaining immanence to my students, I say immanence means everything is both sacred and equal at the same time. Do you know how revolutionary this is? History teaches us otherwise. History has taught you to tie black ribbon tight around your throat and try singing, and to do this every morning and call it good. Do you remember the tipping hill town we passed on our drive to the coast? The one with the dusk light cut from a vein, and the warm bread at midnight, and a dependable landline, but no hot water, and no spare devices for cooling? In my dreams, we arrive there and we park the car forever. Then we sit like two children at the top of a stopped Ferris wheel, and we tell each other everything. I just always wanted to tell everybody everything. That's why I became a poet. Maybe I couldn't say it, so that's why I became a poet. So I'll read two more. This is also a new poem. My grandmother passed away a couple months ago, and I've been writing about her and also writing about drought. So this kind of is both those things, I think, in one poem. It's called River Through. It's written for my mother. Mother, I lay down with you tonight. Your own mother dead, your brother long gone, your other brother praising your eyesight and your long-stemmed intentions making gardens happen. In the broken and choking California valley, reservoirs sink into themselves. Ghost waters rain over unblossomed orchards. Stones stand watch over souls. We bury her body. Wind aches to be sung through us. Sunlight catches the rose tips near the silver casket. You call out the scriptures like a child again. We are children again. We call for her spirit and she comes. We cry without crying and she comes. We were circling the body of a living saint, though how could we have known it? She kept watch over us the whole of our lives like a standing river. Now Lee's in the kitchen and Stella's in the garden and Father's growing funeral flowers where nothing was. Mother, if you let me, I'll lay down with you tonight. I'll summon my body to meet your body. We'll water the breathable world with the bravery of our grief. We are bodies of water. We are one body of water. We river through. I'm coughing. I didn't have my ritual cough drop before the reading. I was getting on nerves, so I would start coughing, and Ben was like, "You're not going to cough up there." So, always carry cough drops. I'm going to close with the title poem, "The Palace of Contemplating Departure." It's somewhere in the book here. So the book, I guess a lot of the books about departures and leaving and going and leaving cities and leaving partners and finding new ones and leaving them. And so this poem sort of speaks to that. It's a kind of triumphant breakup poem. And thank you for listening to my work tonight, and thank you so much for having me tonight. Yeah. Thank you. The Palace of Contemplating Departure. You wandered through my life like a backwards wish when I was ready for deliverance. I was ready for release, like a pinball in God's mouth, like charanga on Tuesdays, like the summer in Shanghai when we prayed for a rainstorm and bartered our shame, then we tore open oranges with 4 dirty thumbs. And the forecast said super, so we chartered a yacht, and we planted a garden on the unbending prow, but the sea said surrender with its arms full of salt. And wind shook the seeds from our shirt coat pockets, so when we washed up on the shoreline of sunlight, near the city of wind, we were broken and thin, like wraiths set awake. But you tilted your head up and you told me I was wild. So I lifted my life, and I lifted your life, and we wandered through the gate of radiant days. Then we married our splendor in the hall of bright rule. And I thank you again. You gave madness a chance. And you lassoed the morning. And we met on a Tuesday in a dance hall in Shanghai, and I left you in a leap year for the coveted shoreline, and you wept like a book when it's pulled from a well. But you were the one who told me I was wild, and you were the one who wrestled the angel, and I knew when I left you that courage was a choice, and memory a spear. And the exit destination is etched on my iris and shifts with the seasons. Don't think of the phoenix, think of the mountain. But where will I go now with my tireless wonder? And when will I again be brave like that? Thank you.